What's up, YouTube? Thanks so much for tuning into the Game Show Maniacs podcast. I'm your host, Honestly, and I'm here with my special guest, the official Cliffy Jay.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the official Cliffy Jay, and I'm back with another video here on Honest Lee's page. And today, we're going to be giving you guys the Survivor 47 preseason draft. And the way we're going to be doing this is pretty simple.
So, guys, of course, Honestly won the dice roll. So, I'm going to get to choose my player first. We'll go back and forth until we fill up our teams and we choose all the castaways. So, let's just jump right into it. All right, guys. So for my first pick, I am going to go with a woman this time around. I've got a lot of women on my team. Well, who I would like to pick for my team. The first girl is Asia. I think she's obviously the most popular person on the season so far, given that she, has that podcast and she's known within the survivor community. I think Asia will do pretty good because she has a great captivating energy. It seems like she is really fun to be around and she seems like a really nice, genuine person. I think they're going to like her on the island if she can be authentic. So I'm hoping she can, throw in some good strategy with that as well.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that Asia should be a very good player. I more than likely wasn't gonna pick her as my first pick, just based off the fact that I think that her threat level will be too high when she gets to the merge. Not just because she's part of a RHAP, but also because she just is gonna be the type of player that's gonna, as you said, hit the ground running. She's gonna go in there and she's gonna have more than likely a majority alliance, and whether her tribe is going to tribal a lot or not, I do think that she will be a big threat when we get to the merge. And strategically, I have watched a little bit of like the RJP videos where she's there, where strategically, I don't think she's going to be able to make complex moves and stuff like that when her threat level is too high. So yeah, with my first pick, I'm gonna actually go with the person that I would have picked first anyway if I had the first pick. So I'm happy about that. My official winner pick, spoiler alert for if I do make a Survivor video, I'm gonna go with Sam. I think that Sam should be moderately well rounded. On top of the fact that he is pretty much a longtime fan and his athleticism. I think on this season the well-rounded players will thrive because social players have won most of the new era seasons. So I think the well-rounded players will be able to kind of take a back seat to the biggest threats, which will be the social players.
Yeah, I think Sam is obviously a great pick. He's like a good all around player, like you said. He knows the game really well. He seems like he's a likable guy. And of course, he looks like he's pretty athletic as well. For my second pick, I'm going to go ahead and go with Teeny. I really liked Teeny's preseason interview. Teeny has a good vibe. Like on my team, I did go for good vibes, good energy. I feel like in the new era of Survivor, being socially integrated and being like a social butterfly is what's going to really almost get you the win. I feel like in the new era, so that is why I picked Teeny. Not only do I feel like she's going to be someone that they're going to love to be around and bring good vibes to camp, but I also think that with Teeny being like one of the biggest Survivor super fans I've seen, that she's going to have a lot of knowledge of the game. I think she's going to know kind of what signs to pick up on in order to try to read the room, and I think she's going to be able to kind of observe and use her past knowledge from watching all the seasons to kind of figure out how she can maneuver in the game.
Uh-huh. I definitely think that she should be a very solid player. Just like I said, I think this season will be trending more towards the well-rounded players rather than the social dependent players. And I think her threat level will be too high. When we get to that point, 100%. So with my second pick, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Adam. Wait, what's his name
Andy.
again? Andy. Yeah, Andy. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Andy. Why on my notes I had him in there as Amby? Like, I don't know what's going on,
I
bro.
That's why I didn't use your
Amdy.
notes.
Amdy. No, I had him there as Amdy on my notes. But yeah, no. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Amdy. Andy. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Andy because I think obviously given that Austin vibe and Austin's threat level, is gonna be lower than other players on this season. And we've also had two female winners back to back. So I do think that this season will trend more towards a male, just logically in terms of the statistics and the fact that I think women threat level will be higher on this season, on top of the fact that I think that a more well-rounded player will win this season because more social players have won the new era. So I do think that it will aid the more well-rounded players, to have their threat level not be as high. And I think that he will be very social on top of that.
Yeah, I think Andy is definitely a great pick. He was one that I had on my list as somebody that I did want to pick for Team Honestly. So great selection. Now, my third pick is probably going to be a little bit more pleasing to Cliffy J because I know you said that you think a well rounded player is going to win this time around. So, my third person that I'm picking is TK. I think TK is going to be a really enjoyable guy. I think from his background and life experiences, he's going to be able to kind of figure out ways to adapt and converse with lots of different people from different walks of life. And I feel like with him on a daily basis, working on negotiating deals and kind of, having to appease other people, I think he's going to be able to use that as a strength within the game. So if he can, number one, integrate himself within his tribe, good, and then kind of stroke their egos, make them feel like he's not a threat. I think that's going to help him out. And TK also said that he wanted to play a slower game and not come out, sending out fireworks first episode. So I think with that kind of game plan that I previously described and his social game, he's going to be able to do pretty good.
Yeah, nah, I definitely think that with his physical ability, on top of his social ability, I think that it will aid him to make the merge very easily. I just think that those are going to be also the things that make him someone that Sam and Andy are able to sit behind and make him the big male physical threat for the girls to target and things like that. And obviously for the other people just to look at it as the big physical threat. And I don't think he has the strategic chops and strategic game knowledge, like the knowledge of the game enough to know to have the threat management to lower his threat level physically and stuff like that. Yeah. So with my next pick, my third pick, I'm gonna go ahead and go with my first woman, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with another very well-rounded player. To me, the third most well-rounded player on the cast. How perfect for me. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tiana. And the main reason I'm going with her is just because she has the experience as an athlete, and athletes usually do have some type of social ability on top of the fact they have the physical ability and the endurance. And she also does have game knowledge, and I think she'll have strategic chops. So I got to go ahead and go with her.
So the next person I'm gonna go ahead and draft, I'm gonna call her my dark horse because it doesn't really seem like she is gonna win. But hey, who the hell thought Kenzie could ever win? And I, even after watching season 46, don't think she deserved it. So I guess let me just pick someone random. So my dark horse is Sierra. I think Sierra has had a um, lots of different experiences in life that really make her have mental toughness and motivation to finish a task that's important to her or accomplish a goal that's important to her. So I think she's gonna want to stick it out in Survivor. I don't think she's gonna quit. I also feel like she does know how to work with people and deal with people. So that's going to be beneficial for her with there being so many different people with different walks of life in the game.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Sierra was actually one of my next two picks for sure. She was the one I was debating, and I don't know who I would have picked next. So I'm not gonna say that I would not have picked her next, but it was definitely between her and this person I'm about to pick. I do believe that she is the less well-rounded of these two, but it is like an argument because I am unsure about this other person's physical ability, but I am also very unsure about her strategic ability. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Anika. I hope it is Anika, not Annika, but yeah, hopefully it's Anika. Um,
Anika? Just kidding.
okay, yeah, no, so hopefully, hopefully that she is the
What if it's
better.
Annika?
Hopefully she is the better option of the two. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her as someone that should be well rounded. It's just I'm questioning her physical ability because I don't know if she has that experience in, you feel me, athletic things. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and I know Sierra, though she isn't like experienced as much in athletic things, she has had to do like pageants and stuff like that. And a lot of those girls, they be having like good balance and things like that that actually translate to Survivor. So gotta watch out for those pageant girls, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Annika. I'm not even gonna care about saying her name at this point. I don't even care. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go with her because I feel like she has well roundedness. You know what I'm saying? And I think that she should have a really good social game. Definitely should be her main thing. And she has knowledge of the game, and she's a super fan. So you,
All right, guys, my next pick that I'm going to be bringing to Team Honestly may be a surprise because I don't have many of these people on here, men, meaning men, but I am going to go with a guy for my next choice. And I want to go with Gabe. I think Gabe is a risky choice because Gabe literally is straight up and he let it be known I am not here to make friends. I couldn't care less if these people are my friends after I leave this island. I'm just here for the $1,000,000. I think as long as he's willing to do whatever it takes to win the money and doesn't be a douchebag and, be someone that gets voted out pre merge, he might be able to, squeeze his way through like a real rat could.
yeah, I definitely could see that. I definitely could see some good happening for the guy. Good luck to him. How do you say his name again?
Gabe,
Gabe. Okay,
right?
okay, okay.
And
People
this is
just
Gabi.
yeah, you never know with names sometimes. That's why I was just making sure. But I'm gonna. That was a crazy segment. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make my next pick. I think Gabe's gonna be overly too strategic and too schemy and just cook himself. Probably in the merge, but he's gonna be cooking himself. I can see Gabe having an alliance with everybody early though. I'm gonna go ahead and go with someone that I was extremely high on at first, but the more and more I thought about it, the certain flaws that I see in her make me have to lower. Actually, I'm gonna go with the other person. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Caroline. And the reason I'm going with Caroline is the reason I'm going
I
with
want to give Felicia Genevieve.
I guess, but yeah, no, the reason I'm going with Caroline is because I think that she'll have a low threat level. I think that she will be able to survive the pre-merge. And if we're gonna have any type of Erica storylines or any type of underdog comeback wins from someone that she could even be like a Kenzie where she's just able to win just based off of having a decent social game and getting out all the big threats before the end. And being at the end with someone that kind of disrupted their own strategic game because they made themselves look like less of a threat at every turn of events, which was good threat management, but was almost like overdoing his threat management. Now, I could see Caroline winning based off something like that, getting a little lucky win out there. So we'll go with Caroline. I got less faith in Genevieve, so that's why it's like I'm on the same page with both of them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. The next person that I do want to choose is going to be Genevieve. I think Genevieve seems like, I feel like she's a high variance player. It feels like she could leave right away. Like, first day on the island, get on everybody's nerves. You didn't prepare for shit, So I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Genevieve because I know she said she's been applying for this game for years and she loves Survivor. She started applying as soon as Canadians could, so I'm hoping that she
Hmm.
actually knows the game and can at least get some footing once she gets the game started. Even though in that preseason interview she didn't seem like she was ready. I'll be honest.
Yeah, she just seemed like it was kind of all over the place. She had good qualities and bad qualities. But if I'm be honest, this next pick is truly my last pick that I believe can actually win the game. So these next picks I make after this are all going to be strategic picks of people I think are going to make it far in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my last serious pick and pick Rome. And don't know why he's not going by Jerome, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Rome. And I think that Rome has a lot of potential to be a well-rounded player. I think that he's going to be someone that has to really get a full, hang of the game. So it might take him a little while to get a strategic footing. But I think naturally he will be able to gain some allies early in the game. He will be a physical player, so they were going to want to in the game early pre-merge. And I can see him having a late run of where he's able to win multiple immunities, but also he's building relationships with players that don't want to send him home. So, gotta go ahead and go with my boy Rome, man. Come on, Rome, let's go. Let's go. And he might know the game pretty well because he knows like certain players. Like Todd. Bringing up Todd. I know China's a popular season, but I feel like you can't be a real casual bringing up Todd.
I didn't even know who the hell he was for the Honestly fans. To be honest, guys, I'm like, who is Todd? What? But, I'm going to go back and do my research and we'll figure it out. I'm actually really upset, though, that Cliffy J did take Rome because Rome was actually my next pick. I honestly thought, based on his interview, that Cliffy J wouldn't choose him because, he just seems like such a risky player that I didn't think that Cliffy J would even feel comfortable choosing him on his squad. So that's a nice surprising pick for you. Um, the next person that I'm gonna go ahead with and I'm gonna pick is Keyshawn. I want to pick Keyshawn because I think he's going to be a really lovable person. I think he has flamboyant, nice energy where girls are going to really enjoy being around him. And with him being a ER nurse, he's probably used to being caring to people, and he'll
Mm-hmm.
make people feel really comfortable and nurtured. And if anyone has something going on, they know they can turn to him. So he'll be really useful as an asset there in the island. Um, I also did definitely pay attention to his preseason interview, and he said the high stress and anxiety basically, well, what I would call high stress and anxiety of the ER with all the different gunshot wounds and stab victims and all that. He thought that was exhilarating. So I feel like if he can think that he can get a rush from seeing someone 50 seconds away from losing their life, he has no problem with stabbing these people in the back. I know he seems sweet, he seems nice, but I think if he had to do it, come down to it, push come to shove, he's going to do what he's got to do to win this money. He's not going to be a Banu. He's not looking for 1,000 hearts. He's looking for $1,000.
Yeah, nah. I definitely agree that he has a lot of potential in terms of he gives a slight Omer vibe, where I could see him being someone that I don't think he'll just have a good social game with the men. I mean, with the women. I think he'll also have a good social game with the men. I think that guys will trust him and believe that he's a genuine like guy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's exactly where he will be able to stab them in the back. And I will also say this: I think that his ER experience will really help him in tribal councils and situations where it's a close vote gonna happen, he's not flipping, or like where we have like a rock draw, like he's not budging. You feel me? He ain't
Yeah.
gonna be as scared of this pressure filled moment. So I definitely agree with you on that. I don't necessarily think he's gonna be able to win because I think it's a similar thing that he has with that other lady that we talked about earlier. I think that he will struggle with being a very big threat because he's going to be mainly a social player, and I don't think he'll have the challenge ability to comp out when his threat level is at its apex. You feel me? So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with it's a wild card pick, But this is someone that I really genuinely feel like in the recent seasons of Survivor, especially like the new era, these archetypes haven't actually done that bad in the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Sue, simply because though I don't have much faith in her to win the game, it's definitely possible. We've seen people like Heather and Julie make very deep runs with win equity in the game as a very similar archetype.
I agree. And with Sue being a badass grandma and, seeming like she can, do anything, she's like Superwoman. She has her mind determined. She knows that she can do whatever she puts her mind to, and I love that drive that she has. I think she'll do definitely pretty decent, especially for an older cat. The next person on my team, I do want to select Soul. Please. I think Soul is a good strategic thinker. I think he's going to be a person that is thinking about what moves to make and how to move forward in the game strategically. I didn't pick him earlier because I don't feel like he's going to be that socially integrated. So I don't know if he can really get along with people too much. I'm not saying he has a bad personality, but he does seem like he is a little bit more, I don't know, like,
He seems like his personality might not mesh with a multitude of people.
yeah.
That definitely could be an issue. I mean, he gives me kind of like Randon vibes from the beginning of last season, like where his personality just might not
Yes.
mesh.
It just might
Not
not.
that he's a bad guy or an annoying guy, but he seems like he's a little bit bland too.
Yeah,
Right? So
I
I definitely
agree.
know where you're coming from. That's why I had him as a later pick. But I do have him in my middle hard to gauge because I do have a lot of good qualities about Soul that was gonna make me actually pick him next. Right? So I definitely see where you're coming from with that pick. And I definitely see where you're coming from with that thought process.
Yep, thank you.
So yeah, with my next pick, I'm gonna go ahead and be a little strategic with it because it's two people that I want, and the best way to get them is to pick the one that I want less first, because I don't think you'll pick the other one, but you'll pick this one. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Kyle. And the main reason I'm gonna go with Kyle is what I just said right there, and also because I just think he has a baseline ability to I just think he has the baseline ability to like play this game in terms of I don't think he's gonna be crazy strategies and all that, but I think he'll be a solid social player, solid physically, and ability to learn the strategic game. On top of the fact that he has a story and a like he does kind of remind me of Jesse, where he's doing this for his family, and I really could
Oh, his
see
house burned down.
right, and he also has that right.
Oh,
So I really could see
oh
how.
no, his house didn't burn down. That
No,
was
that's Anika.
Annika.
That's
Anika.
that's Anika.
My
Yeah,
bad.
there was
No,
something else with his
he
house.
he tore his family home down and he rebuilt it
Yeah,
for him and his wife,
right.
or him and his fiance. I don't know if they're engaged or
Like I
married.
said, he gives a Jesse vibe. Like he's doing this for his family. You know what I'm saying? A Jeremy, story esque. You feel me? And that shit really can work. That stuff really can get you to win at the end. And I think that it would have benefited Jesse. I think it will benefit him if he gets there. And we just got to see. Because he also is modeling his game after Jesse, I believe. Or at least he looks at Jesse as someone that he would try to play like. You feel me? So
I could agree.
we going to see.
I'm excited to see what Kyle can do, and I would like to, um, you know, definitely see how he's gonna do.
Okay.
The next person that I'm gonna choose is Rachel. I don't know if that was your next pick or not.
Actually, it was.
Oh,
Actually, it was. I thought you were gonna end up going with Kyle because I thought you were talking. I thought you were gonna go with. I knew you wanted to go with Rachel earlier, but I didn't know if your opinion changed. Because it's been enough time to where maybe your opinion changed. You went over more people, and you were gonna go with Kyle. Then I could get Rachel and Kyle. But it's okay. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. John
yeah.
is a decent pick too. No one is a bad pick on this cast. It feels like.
I feel like he gives me King George vibes, and I love King George, but nobody else did. So
No. My thing is,
you know,
my thing is with like John is that I think that he'll have a similar issue. I actually think he will do good socially. I just think he won't be a physical. He'll have a similar issue to George early in the game, where his physical ability is going to make him flame out.
all right.
They're going to be like, bro, you got to go, bro. We need to win challenges.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I
But if
definitely
he
think he's
gets
gonna
deep in the
be.
game, he'll have that issue.
He's gonna be annoying.
Right, and but I also do think if he gets deep in the game, I think he actually will do okay socially, but he's gonna have a high threat level because he's a podcast host that a lot of people are supposed to know. Like he has a lot of issues that make me think he's not gonna do well. And not his personality. It's not his personality. It's other things. I think he actually will do okay socially. You guys should tell people that are around.
Yeah, he's on what, Yellow Tribe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, you got this. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, guys, we kind of went over our last two picks already a little bit, but I'm going to go a little bit more into
Yeah,
depth to
yeah.
why I chose Angela, which does leave Cliffy J with John. But I chose, oh my gosh. Well,
Just
I
keep on.
chose
Just keep on,
Rachel.
please, please.
I chose Rachel. I chose Rachel because I think that with her being an alternate for a previous season, she's really going to come out to the game running and really want Survivor to regret not putting her on season, well, whatever season she didn't get casted on. So, I'm excited to see what she can do. And yeah.
100%. 100%. I definitely feel where you're coming from. I think that Rachel has a lot of potential in this game. She's just someone that has to get through the pre-merge. And that's why I think she'll struggle is the pre-merge. If she can get through the pre-merge, I think she's someone that could do a lot of damage. With her game knowledge and her overall thought process, I think she will try to make some moves. You feel me? So yeah, definitely understand where you come from with that pick. No one I feel like on this cast is a terrible pick, to be honest.
I know this was a hard draft for me. All right, guys, that does conclude our Survivor Season 47 draft. Let us know in the comments who you think had the better team. Is it Team Honestly or Team The Official Cliffy J? Also, be sure to let us know who you guys would pick for your winners picks. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our Medium on a weekly basis because we will be dropping our power rankings after each episode. We're out.